way to school. It isn't far. Down to the corner, over to the next street, across the railroad tracks, past the stores. And oh, it's fun. There are things to see and things to do, things to think about. Walk to school, this is the way we walk to school. Walk to school, walk to school. Look, there goes Mr. McCormick driving to work. This is the way we walk to school. Look, there's Mr. Ames, the milkman, delivering milk around town. Look at this engine, Mr. Ames. This engine's going to school. It's for the toy town in our schoolroom. The town needs a train, doesn't it? It's going to be a real model town with a milk truck and a train that runs on a track and automobiles and trucks and buildings and all the things we see on the way to school. But right now, it's goodbye, Mr. Ames, and goodbye, George. Goodbye till tomorrow morning. Walk to school, this is the way we walk to school. Walk to school, this is the way we walk to school. Skip to school, this is the way we skip to school. Skip to school, this is the way we... Say, there's something to see up here. The new garage. What will it look like today? There it is. The roof's on, and the man is putting on shingles. Boy, they work fast. Why, just last week, the garage looked like this. And the bricklayers were hard at work. Then on Friday, the bricks and stones were all in place, and it looked as though they'd stopped working. But today, just look. It won't be long now until they've finished. That's something to see, things to do, on the way to school. School, up around the corner and past the stores, and wait, there's time to look in on something else here just across the street. When you come near, you should always tiptoe. It's over there among the evergreen trees. Can you guess what George sees, huh? Baby robins. Today they're hatched. Just a few days ago, there were only eggs in the nest. Little blue eggs with brown spots. But today the baby robins are there. Miss Baker will want to know about them. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Did you hear that? The train's coming. Hurry before it goes by. The train is on the way, too. On the way to other towns, carrying people and things. All aboard, all aboard. Moving along the railroad track with a click and a clack and a clickety-clack. Wouldn't you like to be the engineer? Have to be sure that the track is clear. Woo, 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 woo. Choo, choo. Choo, 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 choo. Say, cars and trucks and buses are on the way, too, carrying people and things around our town. We'll need a lot of things in our toy town at school. School isn't far now. Just past the stores. First, the hardware store. It isn't open yet. That's funny. Mr. Brown is always here by this time. Oh, here he is now. He's just a little late today in opening up the store. Or maybe we're a little bit early. Now, look at this. A high wooden fence all across the front of a store. What's going on? This wasn't here yesterday. No, yesterday it was just an empty old furniture store with white stuff smeared all over the windows. Now they must be getting ready to fix it up. What kind of a store will it be? Can't see anything now. That's something to keep watching for. Things to see walking to school. Here's something. There's a poem about a barber pole that goes like this. It's fun to pretend that the barber pole is a great big peppermint stick. It's fun to imagine how nice it would be to have all that candy to lick. It never would matter how much you bit off. There still wouldn't be any less. Why, you could even keep eating forever and ever and never get finished, I guess. The most interesting things to see and do on the way to school. We could stop at the school playground and play. But let's hurry inside and see what the others have brought for the toy town we have at school. Here's the classroom. Here's the teacher, Miss Baker. See the engine for the toy town? Moving along the railroad track with the click and the clack and the clickety-clack. Choo, 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 choo. And see the dump truck Fred has brought for the toy town? Just like real trucks he often sees on the way to school. Everyone is interested in the toy town, in bringing things and making things for it. And here it is. Look, someone brought some cars for the train. And with the engine hooked on, wouldn't you like to be the engineer? Have to be sure that the track is clear. Woo! Now, Miss Baker wants George to use the toy town to tell the story of his walk to school. Do you remember the story? Walk to school, this is the way we walk to school. At the corner, we stopped and looked first one way, then the other way. Then we crossed the street. What did we see first? Do you remember? The milkman. And we told him about the toy town. Then we saw the garage that was almost finished. After that, we peeked in on the nest of birds. And then we stopped for the train. Do you remember the sounds we heard? Next, we saw trucks and cars going about town. After that, there were the stores. Mr. Brown's hardware store. And the store that's all boarded up. And the barber shop with the funny pole that doesn't ever stop. Pretty soon we arrived at school. Well, that's our story. Did you like the story? Would you like to tell it to your friends? Or wouldn't it be fun to tell about what you see and do on your way to school?